Hi everybody. Okay, so we are doing a TrimTech Push Mower. So I should show you guys how to set the height and how to set the blade. To set the height, you got butterfly nut on one end and you got the butterfly nut on the opposite side. For us to set the height, which is underneath here, we're gonna lower these rollers. To lower it, you open that butterfly on either side. Once you open the butterfly on either side, that deck drops. Once it drops, it'll go flat to the ground, but you cannot use your machine when it's flat to the ground. So what you have to do is you have to adjust it so that it's comfortable for you and as short as you want to go, but you cannot make big cuts with it. It's a push mower, it's a maintenance push mower, so you have to keep your grass fairly low for you to keep on using it on a regular basis without struggling to use the machine. A lot of people use the machine or think that they can just use it and cut high grass, but it's a maintenance machine. So when you want to adjust the blades, what you do is the knob on the top on either side, we're going to adjust that. So when you have a look on this end, there's a size 13 nut there. The bottom one is already loose. Let me turn from the other side. That one there is already loose, so you don't need to open that. But you do need to loosen the top one. So on either side of it, you're only loosening the top one. What that's going to do is it'll release that bar and the bar on that end. Once that's released, you now start to turn the knob. If you tighten the knob, as soon as you tighten it, this bar here starts to come up. That's your cutting blade. That's your cutting reel. That's the blade. So what it does is it starts to lift up. As soon as it starts to lift up, it'll start to touch on this end. When you're adjusting the other side, it's going to do the exact same thing. That bar is going to lift the blade and it's going to touch the reel and it's going to adjust. Now, if you over adjust it, this reel is not going to be able to spin. And if it's not going to spin, you're not going to be able to push it. So you have to get it to a point. Let me see if I can get you in there. You have to get it to a point where the reel just needs to touch. As it touches, that's your cutting. So it's going to be like a scissor. So if you picture a scissor in your hand and you're cutting paper, that's how this is working. Once you adjust it, it's going to make a little bit of a noise. But if it's jamming, that means that both sides are not done correctly. To test if the push mower is set correctly, you can do a paper test. Put the paper in between. As you can see, it cuts perfectly. So the maintenance of it is just to keep that blade clean. Do not go and cut into an area where there's stones. It's going to damage the blade. Once the blade starts to get damaged, you're not really going to be able to sharpen it correctly. You're going to have to take out the entire reel and give it to somebody that's professionally sharpens, and they'll be able to help you out. Thank you for listening. Bye.